Okay. Did you go? All right. So, growing up as I was raised, I was really, really blessed to have both of my parents, including my mother, and both of them being excellent parents and just wonderful, and I love them so much. And I couldn't really think of life without them, and think of how crazy that would be without them in my life. Coming home every day, and there's my parents, and I get to talk to them. I had a really shitty day, like I need to talk about it, or I had a really great day, I want to talk about it. And it's kind of a scary thought to think like, oh, maybe tomorrow you might not have one of them, or you might not have both. Like something could happen, and I don't know. It's really scary, and kind of going through like an experience where that might happen is tough. And it was, I think it was spring break. I think it was a little. It was earlier than that this year, before state, and I think it was like we had like a day off because I was at home and we weren't doing anything. My dad was at work, and Ryan had just left the house, just walked out to drop his girlfriend off and then go to work. And I get a phone call and I see on the caller ID it's my mom, and she had just previously left before. I didn't know if it was. I thought it was like run some errands, or she does like substitute for preschool, so she might have been going to do that. I get a call and I pick up the phone and I'm like, "Hey, Mom," and she's freaking out and she's sobbing and she's crying. And I've heard my mom cry because she's an emotional person when she's upset. I've heard her cry when she's hurt, when she's busted up her knee, when she's been hurt. I've seen her a lot, and but I'd never heard her like this, and it's scary because she's sobbing and she's uncontrollable, pure panic, and I don't know what happened. And I asked her what happened, but right then I figure out like she just left. She was just in a car wreck, and what turned out in the car wreck is she was on 183 and she got hit from behind, and that pushed her into a car in front of her, scrunched up her car real bad, totaled it. And so I asked her what happened, and she doesn't say anything. She's freaking out, she's sobbing. I'm like, "Did you get in a car wreck?" She's like, barely gets out the word yes. And I'm like, okay. So I get on my phone, on my cell phone. So I'm on the house phone over here, and I get on my cell phone over here, and I call my dad. So I'm like, looking like an idiot, like on two phones on each side. Call my dad, and he's at work, and he's like, "Hey, what's up?" And I said, "I just got a call from Mom. I'm on the other line with her. She just got in a car wreck, and I need you to go get her." And he was like, "Where is she?" And I was like, "She hasn't told me yet. I'm trying to get her." I asked her, "Mom, where are you? Mom, where are you?" And she doesn't say it. And finally, I talked to her a little more. For some reason, she's like, "Oh, I'm on 183." And that's all she says is she's on 183. So I told my dad, I'm like, "Get on 183, go." He's like, "Well, we're on 183. I can't leave and go anywhere." So I'm pissed. I'm like, "You freaking idiot. Somewhere on 183 between our house and anywhere else I'm pissed." I'm like, "Get your fucking ass out." I'm so pissed. But I mean, he wasn't doing anything wrong. He had to know, and it turned out he actually was like on his way to his car or to his boss, and I gotta go get my wife, because he doesn't hear how like messed up she is. He doesn't realize at this point that she's panicking, and I didn't know, like she could have had a pole sticking through her stomach, and I didn't know if she had her leg chopped off. I didn't know what happened. So finally I get him to go. I said, "Mom, I need you to tell me where you are in 183. I need you to tell me where you are." And she finally, she gets it out. 183, before the Lakeline exit. So I tell my dad, and he goes, "Well, what does that tell me?" I'm like, "Well, obviously she's like before the Lakeline exit, but she's freaking close because she wouldn't have told me if it wasn't the Lakeline exit." So I finally get him to go out, and traffic's crazy, and he's pissed because he's on his phone driving. He's like, "I'm going to get in another freaking car wreck, and you're on the phone with me, so I'm going to hang up. If you find anything, call me." So he's on the phone, and I'm on the phone with my mom, and I said, "Dad's on his way, it's going to be okay, And I'm very calm about it, trying to calm her down. It's funny because I'm calm with my dad, or with my mom, with my dad, I'm like, I tell her one thing, I asked her to do one thing, I said, "Do not set the phone down." And guess what she fucking does? She sets the phone down. She doesn't hang it up. But so I can hear her, and I can hear like somebody coming, and open the door and ask her if she's all right. So, and my first thought is, this is the bastard that hit her, right? Luckily, it turned out to be like a paramedic from like Dallas who was driving by, and they legally, when they see a car accident, they have to stop and start taking care of it. and was doing all these things. And so I'm on the phone, and the phone's sitting down, and I can hear him like talking. And so at first I thought, okay, I'm gonna hang up and call again. Well, then right before I do it, I realized, well, she's got a really nasty habit of putting the phone like on dead silent. Doesn't vibrate, doesn't, just for some reason, like if she's at work or something, she does it all the time. She never picks up her phone. So I'm like, what do I do? Well, clearly, I have to start screaming in the phone, trying to get somebody's attention to figure out what's going on. So I'm at home, alone, on the phone, screaming, and like, I get loud, but I've never been this loud before in my entire life. I am belting and going off for like 20 minutes, and I'm like on the point of tears because I don't know what's happening. My mom's like right here and screaming on this phone, and it's probably like the funniest thing ever. And then I hear it sounds like cops, and freaking out. Nobody picks it up. Finally, I said, "Look, I have to try it. Like this is not working. I have to hopefully the phone ring." Hang up the phone, and then I call it again. And after a minute, a paramedic picks up the phone, and he's like, "Hello?" Like, sounds like a completed. I'm like, and I explained to him like very calmly. I'm like, "My name is Kevin Maxey. Miss Margaret Maxey is my mother, and she called me right after she got in the car accident. What's going on?" And he tells me, she's okay. She's okay. This guy sounds like a complete idiot, and it's really pissing me off. He says, "Do you want to talk to her?" And I'm like, "No. Tell me what happened. Is she okay? She's fine. She's not hurt. There doesn't appear to be any broken bones. I've got her in the ambulance. We're going to take her to the hospital." And I said, "What hospital are you going to take her?" Because I got to tell my dad. And he's like, I don't know. Like, I'm just like, you people get paid and trained to do this, and you can't figure this. Like, this is what you do on a daily freaking basis, and you can't do this. So finally he tells me, I call my dad and I tell him, and I said, meet her there. Or right as, when I picked the phone, he said, "Do you want to talk to her?" And then I talked to him again, and I said, "So she's okay?" And he's like, "Yeah." I said, "So can I talk to my mother, please?" He's like, "What?" You told me I could freaking talk to my mother. Like, this is the words I said. I was so mad. You said I could talk to my mother. He goes, "Oh, yeah, I guess." Like, puts the phone up to her, and I'm like, "Mom, this is Kevin. Don't think about what happened." And I'm getting her calmed down. Finally got her to calm down. And so thankfully she was okay. I don't know why, like miraculously she was fine, because the car was fucked. I mean, the car was gone. And she had just had knee surgery like a month before that and had been recovering from that. And so I also thought, I'm like, her knee's a goner. Because when the car gets scrunched like that, you hit your knee, you hit stuff. And she didn't, and her knee was fine. And besides, like, bruises and being sore for the next couple of weeks, she was fine. And we got it taken care of, and our insurance got us a really good, a good deal on the car, and everything worked out okay. But I never wanted to meet that guy that ran into her, because, like, you don't mess with my mom, I'll fucking kill you. Like, that's my mom. And he was giving us all kinds of crap about, like, well, maybe, like, he was trying to get the insurance to work it out that you can't really prove that it was me. Maybe you hit the car in front of you first, and that's why I hit you, and blah, blah. So we were so pissed. But it all worked out. We got everything done. She's fine. So.